So from time to time you find a product that you really want and really want to work and think that, yeah, it's a great idea. And one of them is the bullet brake system. And I don't know if it's visible. No, not really. But my bike in the back is parked on a slope right now. If it didn't have the parking brake, it would just roll down the hill onto the road. Well, it would probably crash into my wall there. But let me quickly turn around and talk about how I really wanted this thing to work, and the first one that I got didn't work. But then the company, the owner, contacted me explaining that they had a revised version of it that should fix the issues that I had. And all I can say is that it did. So now I have a working version, which is great. And it also shows that that it's a great company to buy something. They aren't cheap, but if you have issues, you can contact them, and as you can see, they will help you out. Let me first try to show the angle. Like this, it's a bit more visible. And then I won't release it now, of course, but that's the bullet brake. So it's very invisible. You have them in silver and in black, anodized, I think, aluminium, and it just replaces the banjo bolt that would go in here otherwise. And it comes with two seals, so not crush washers like the copper ones that are on there originally, but metal ones with a rubber gasket in the center. So it just replace the banjo bolt, and then make sure to release the air from the system using this release thing. And then once it's installed, if you just press the brake, it will pop out again and release the pressure from the brake system. I have some footage from during the installation which I can show you. I'll just jump on it and put some pressure on the rear brake to show you when it pops out. There you go, now it's released. And to put pressure back on, just press it in again, release the brake, and it will hold again. The problem I had with the first one is I use my my brakes like this all the time, so with two fingers, because if I'm filtering between lane splitting, I think it's also called, then I need to have my fingers on the brakes all the time, and then all it needs to go full brake pressure is like these two. You can even do it with one finger. That's how good these brakes are. This is fully engaged, but I use it like this. And if there is air in the system, then this will go against, and it will press your fingers against your fingers, and it will just not put the full pressure on the brakes. So the thing that happened with the original one that I had installed is that after a few uses, it would trap some air in the system, and I would no longer have full pressure. I tried numerous times to bleed the system again, but it would always return. And in the end I removed it. If you look up the footage, you can see that that this is truly a different one, because this one is black and I had my original one was a silver one. So they gave me this revised model. I don't see any difference on the outside, but well, if they explained to me that they did some small updates, and it does indeed seem to work a lot better. I've done I did bleed the system twice, so right after installation you will get air in the system just by removing the the banjo bolt you already get air in the system. I got that out. Then I went riding. I did feel a bit loss of pressure, but then I realized I never actuated this thing when bleeding the system, so I went back home, actuated this a few times, so you can really just use it like this while bleeding the system. And by doing so and then bleeding, I got all the air out the system. I did do this on the other model as well a few times, but there somehow the pressure always, or there was always air getting back in the system, which is no longer happening now. Like, this is fully engaged the way it should be. This is what you get if you order these things. So this is what comes in the package. So the 2 O-rings and the bullet brake system itself. Some instructions on how to install the system. Basic, but everything that you need to know is in there, so it's not a complicated install anyway. The most complicated part is how to bleed the brake system itself, and then the banjo bolt that comes out is this one. You see the copper washers, those are crush washers, so single-use ones. Yeah, but I can totally recommend this now, knowing that if it doesn't work, at least you have the great support of the company.